Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and tech and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, before we do get started today, I did want to announce the giveaway winner, which I just did the drawing for. And it looks like it is going to be, let me pull it back up here real quick. Greg, and first initial of the last name, D. Greg D. From Arizona. I will be giving your information to Enclave and hopefully respond to them. If not, we'll select another winner. So hopefully respond to them early this week if possible, just so we can make sure that you get this amazing soundbar. Congratulations, Greg. All right. Now, that being said, I think it's time to get to some news. And first bit of news today is going to be about the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It looks like we are getting some faster charging on these devices, which I am happy to see. It looks like they are ensuring that we are going to be getting for the Ultra series a 65-watt charge back as opposed to the 45-watt charge we've had for the last 2 years. It was funny because we carried a 65 one and then we stopped, and because there was no difference really between the 45 and 65, and now we're getting that one back again. So interesting to see how that one will go, and yeah, very curious to see. I'm just very curious to see overall how many people will like it and how it will ultimately be a faster charge. I think that's a really cool thing that we're finally going to get that back. And hopefully it will start to catch up with some of the foreign, especially Chinese brands that are, up to like 120 watts at this point. So hopefully we'll get closer to that sense. There is also talks of them having a stackable type batteries. This is kind of interesting. It's a different way of doing a battery, and what this might yield is actually a bigger battery pack. I think this is really interesting because if Samsung finally gets over the 5,000 watts, which has kind of been the whole mainstay of it, I really am curious to see how that will go. So very curious to see how it will turn out. But Samsung has purposely not pushed the limits of batteries since the Note 7, so we'll see how it kind of goes along. So yeah. All right. Then we get the Galaxy S23 FE, the first images of this device, and also the fact that it will be Snapdragon in the US and then Exynos in different regions. Now, this is really important because I'm very curious to see which exact Snapdragon will go in there. Now, some people do think it's going to be the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. I happen to think it might actually be a surprise and go Snapdragon 7 series, but we'll see how it turns out. Overall, I think a lot of people are going to be excited the fact that if we get something that high end of the Snapdragon 8 Plus or 8 Gen 1 on an FE model, that is going to be a serious contender for one of the best selling smartphones of the year, just because of the fact that, I mean, if you give me this phone and it's $499, there's not many phones that you need to upgrade to have a better phone in that case scenario. So I'm really excited for this one. I think it will be very well received if it again has this high of a processor in it, and also has that good of a price point. But for the price point, we'll have to wait and see. Rumors do range between $499 and all the way up to $599, so we'll have to wait and see just where it lands. But this can be a very, very well-selling phone if done right. All right, and guys, we have our first image of the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. I said I probably wasn't going to buy it if it didn't have a bigger battery like the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. By the way, it does, as of right now, the rumors are leaning towards it's going to go back to the term Classic instead of Pro. Will it or not? We'll have to wait and see. But this looks great. has that rotating bezel again that I think everyone missed. I actually love this brown leather too. It's kind of cool in the way it looks, I feel like. But it was caught at the Premier League season in Korea, and someone, player, had it basically. Very good look at it, kind of seeing from two different shots. And yeah, I'm very happy with it. The biggest thing is, what will the battery size be? I think that's the biggest thing that everyone would worry about. So let me know what you guys think. But yeah, it looks nice and big screen on it, and I'm down. Like, it seems like it will support a thinner bezel and larger screen, which is what we've been hearing. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. All right, and it looks like another foldable is on the horizon. Now, I have been rocking my Pixel Fold as my main phone. This is the second case I've gotten for it. This was a really cool attachment. I might do a video on it, but basically, this is an attachment that will actually have the MagSafe attached onto another case, and this case was a nice case that had like a little kickstand built into it. So, and it wirelessly charges. I've tested it out. So really happy with this kind of combination. You know, I always have to create my own kind of mastermind case, but this one is actually a pretty good one that I'm kind of liking so far. However, the big talk is that OnePlus, their phone is going to be called the OnePlus Open. At least that's the leak term right now for this phone. And it is going to be announced at the end of August. Yes, OnePlus wanted to get me a birthday gift, and I do appreciate that. It's going to be a little bit before my birthday, about 3 days before. But, you know, if they send me one on my birthday, I will be fine with it. Just letting them know. No, but it really is going to be a curiosity to see how this phone would play. I think it's something that OnePlus desperately needs, to be quite honest, because they haven't been part of the conversation for a while. And, you know, I mean, I'm not the be all and end all, but for example, I made a video on the OnePlus 11 and the Galaxy A54, you know, about the same time, and even the Pixel Fold after that. And the OnePlus 11 performed the worst out of all the recent phone videos I did. And so for me, it's kind of like, you know, as an influencer myself, I don't have much incentive to keep covering them unless they get more interest, right? Like, it's not that like, yes, it's cool using it and seeing what every device out there on the market that I can get my hands on can do, and I do like that part. But it's not like, okay, like it's not going to be that much of it a return on investment for me to actually go out and buy one. So very curious to see if this can be a turning point for OnePlus, because it really is something that I feel like they need a shot in the arm. They need something to get them back in the conversation, because quite frankly, I think the Pixel has taken their spot. I really do believe the Pixel has kind of taken their spot in this case, and it shows. So let me know what you guys think, but I do, for me, it does seem like, okay, the Pixel is the one that is kind of taking the spot of third place now, at least in the US. And OnePlus is no longer, I think, part of the conversation to the level the Pixel is now at this point. So very curious to see how it'll keep going. Very curious to see how this will end up. But if this is as good as they say it is, kind of like a blend between a point in the middle between the Pixel Fold and the Galaxy Fold 4 or 5, I'm interested. I'm interested. Will they give me a great trade-in? Will they, you know, what can I get to get this? That's what I'll have to wait and see. All right. Also, the OnePlus 12 looks to be jumping the line and no longer waiting for the next time frame of no longer waiting for the next month in terms of releasing in January like normal. It looks like they are going after December, which is very interesting because, you know, there's so much competition and deals during December that normally you just you don't release anything during that time because it's all about deals and it's all about selling everything that's already been established during that time. But to come out with a new one during that time is different. I don't know if a phone company ever has done it, at least not to my memory, or at least not a big one. Like I remember, I want to say like Metro PCS and some other carriers like that. Some of like the A series smartphones or LG series smartphones or things like that were releasing during like November. So it wasn't December, but it was November, right before the holidays, just so they can get some hype around it right before. But to get it in December, I'm very curious to see how that would do, and would we get a lot of people interested? So curious, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, and last bit of news, some more leaks. It was a very Samsung heavy leak week, and this one is of the Galaxy Tab S FE links. And the reason why this is so interesting is because we are supposedly going to have two of these. So we're going to have not only the regular Galaxy FE, but the Galaxy FE Plus. And this one is so crazy because of the fact that it will be possibly the best tablet I will recommend this year. If the price is good. If the price is good. This is going to be very interesting because the Galaxy Tab S FE Plus is going to be a 12.4-inch tablet with an OLED display. If it goes by the FE moniker, which would be one of the cheapest OLED tablets on the market, and that big of a screen, it very well could be the go-to tablet for anyone. Why? Because most people don't need the ridiculous power or the biggest screen out there like mine, which is the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, which is a 14.6-inch OLED. Some people are fine with the 12.4-inch, which I was before with the Tab S7 that I had. It was great at the time. And yeah, it really is something that if that one gets there, it might very well be such an incredible battery life, such an incredible display, that it might be the best tablet I would recommend for most people. You have the S Pen built in. You have the ability to actually, or sorry, not always got the S Pen built in. Sorry, no, you don't get the, not built in for sure. But you don't always get the S Pen attached, although it does have a line for the S Pen. So I think it should be. That line is for the S Pen, so I think it should be. Not always the FE series has not had the S Pen included, but I'm very curious to see if it will, if it's not included, if it could be purchased separately. But regardless, to have this big of an OLED at a more affordable price is a very interesting curiosity, and it all depends on their pricing. If they're going to price it over 700, doesn't matter then. If they're going to price it over 600, I would imagine that's what they should price it at. 500 to go for the regular FE, or maybe even 400 for the regular FE. If this can get to the $500 price point for a Tab S9 FE Plus, if this goes for $500, it is the best tablet to get, bar none, in my opinion. But we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, let's start getting to your questions. If you have any questions you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, full disclosure, I might end a little bit early today. We'll see how it goes, just because I got a lot of videos to make. So I want to make sure I get them done today. I want to make sure I get it recorded, edited, all that kind of stuff before getting tired. So we might end, about 45 minutes instead of a full hour, but we'll have to wait and see how the questions go, how the questions line up, and what you guys need help with today. Also, I did want to point out that next week we're still doing the show, but in 2 weeks on the 30th, I will be out of town. I will be at LTX, which is a Linus Media Group, or I think it's Linus Tech Expo. I think it's what it stands for. But I will be at that event. So if you do follow all of Linus Tech Tips and all of those, I mean, it's a lot of influencers actually. Just let me kind of pull up. And I would love to know if you know any of these influencers and, you want me to talk to them or anything like that. Let me know if I should reach out to them or if you watch them as well. So let me just pull this up. So these are all the influencers that are going to be there. And yeah, a lot of them, some of them I do know already, like DePoet's really cool guy, always good. David I think I've seen, but I don't think I've met him. Really cool dude though as well from what I've heard. I know a lot of other influencers that know him. But yeah, just a lot of different influencers going over there. A lot I've not met. I'm just, yeah, I do not know them all. Some really cool. This is Tech Today. He's really cool, dude. And yeah, I think that's literally like I know two or three that I have met in person, and a lot of other ones I have heard from here and there, but never really definitely hung out with. So if you follow any of these guys, let me know if I should go ahead and try to talk to them, maybe try to see about doing anything in the future with. But yeah, I would love to know who I should be talking to. So let me know, guys. Really always cool to see all the different tech people, and of course the best one being right here. All right, let's go ahead and get to your questions. Okay. Congrats, Greg D. Yeah, absolutely. Can you say who won the soundbar? Yes, I already did. Greg D did basically how Gleam works if you've ever used it. That was what I've always used for, I think, 4 years to do giveaways. Gleam essentially just does one simple thing, and that is that it basically has entries and it randomly generates the winner, and that's it. It gives me their name, email address, and location. The reason why I need location is because it was a US giveaway, so I had to make sure it wasn't international. But yeah, so that was all the information I got from them. I'm going to give that information over to Enclave, who is handling the giveaway, so they will be sending them out. And I asked them to CC me once the tracking is sent out, just to make sure, I always like to make sure, even though they are essentially handling the giveaway, since I am the one hosting it on my channel, I want to make sure, obviously, anyone is taken care of. All right. Hopefully 8 Plus Gen 1, that would be really cool. If the F23 FE has that with a $500 price point, that's going to be one to beat. That I like the Pixel 7a, and I think it's a good phone. But at that price point, I would go S23 FE. Just I like Samsung's interface better, and this is coming from someone who chose this over the Fold 4. So, yeah. I miss the bezel, but now that I have the 5 Pro all the time, I don't miss it. Wow, I have had the opposite effect. Now that I've had the 5 Pro, I miss it more. Like I really do miss that one. That's me, but yeah, I definitely miss it. All right. Come on, OnePlus Emerald Green Foldable for the YouTube Tech Guy. Don't, Quiet Storm. Don't make me buy it. I don't want to. As of right now, I'm not buying it. But oh, if they made a green one, dang it. Yeah, I do love that color. Hey Ricky, are there any digital music buying apps or stores any longer? I noticed that the push by companies to consumers is not to own things, but to pay monthly service fees and access. Yeah, you can still buy digital music on definitely on Amazon Music and YouTube Music. You can buy still songs. You can still buy them. Although, yeah, you do typically get them for free, so they kind of, or sorry, not free. You get them as part of your service, so yeah, they always lead you to it. I believe you still can buy music on iTunes as well, although granted, I haven't had an iPhone for almost a full year now. So I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, that is going to be one thing that just to note is that as of right now, you can always still purchase them typically, but they do definitely push you as to not own, like you said, your stuff. One thing I still always do is actually I typically always buy my movies. If it's a really movie that I love and I want to support and that kind of stuff. Also because it goes on to on demand much sooner typically than it does to streaming. So for example, as a father, my son's first movie in a movie theater was Super Mario World, or sorry, Super Mario Brothers. I will always have the nostalgia. Super Mario World was pretty much my introduction to video gaming for the SNES. So I always liked the World better than the Brothers because I was that was the NES version, and I didn't play those. So yeah, I will say that when it comes to that came out like I want to say a month and a half to on demand before it came out to streaming, because I don't even think it's out on streaming yet. I think it's about to come to streaming to Peacock finally. So because of that, I bought it, and I own it. I do like to own, like, if I support something, I do like to own it. Typically, I like to buy it on Movies Anywhere, which is an aggregate of a lot of movie studios that allows you to see who has the cheapest price, and no matter which one you buy it at, you have that movie on all of those services. So if it's a Disney movie, or a Universal movie, I think anyone but Paramount and what's the other one? Paramount and Sony and Lionsgate, I believe. I think those are the three. Those are not on Movies Anywhere. But if they're Disney, Fox, WB, any of those ones, you typically can buy it or see where any one's there, and it'll have a little Movies Anywhere badge that will let you know, like, hey, if you buy it, it's available on your Apple TV, it's available on your Google TV, it's available on your Amazon Prime. It's one purchase to all of the stores, which I really love. And you can buy it at the cheapest price, of course, because since all of them are available, you can buy it at the cheapest price. The thing I will say though is with that, I like to own it more, but I understand that some people are just like, well, I get it free. Like I stopped usually buying the Marvel ones because Marvel, like, I'll see it twice in theaters if I really liked it. I haven't done that since Infinity War and Endgame, but or no, that's not true. I saw Doctor Strange and Spider-Man both twice. But after that, I'm like, I don't need to see it right away again. Like I can wait till it comes out again. But yeah, just a little bit of how my mentality is on it. But you can still buy digital media. It's just, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, why am I gonna pay $20 for a movie when I'm paying $20 for Max or Netflix, and I get all of these movies instead of just getting one? But you don't own any of them, and that is the trick. OnePlus foldable pricing could be interesting. If OnePlus comes in at $14.99, I think that would blow people away. So yeah, if it comes in at like a cheaper price point, $14.99, $13.99, something like that, I think you have a serious contender then. Especially because it's something the Pixel Fold couldn't do. Now, the Pixel Fold doesn't manufacture most of their parts. Most of their parts are manufactured by, what do you call it? Samsung. So they couldn't really bring the price down because Samsung was kind of dictating the price that it would have to be because they dictated the price of the cost. So it'll be interesting, since OnePlus isn't getting most of its parts from Samsung. How would that go? All right. Oh, let's see. What else? What else did you get on Prime Day? I was disappointed. I was hoping for renewed phones would be less. I chanced it and ordered a good Note 20 Ultra for $350. Very nice, little scratches. Big test is battery life. Hopefully it turns out good, man. What did I end up getting for Prime Day? Let me just look through my history. Let's see. One thing I will say I was kind of pissed at, my trimmer for my beard and everything, that broke today. And I was like, that makes me so upset because all of these trimmers were on sale for Prime Day, and I probably could have got it for like half off. And the one I got like originally too was like $90, so I ended up getting a replacement for it. I had some credit on my Prime card, like rewards points, so I got it half off with the rewards points. So I was like, all right, at least that makes me feel a little bit better. But let's see, what did I get? I got a memory card. I got a 512 micro SD. I got a smaller slider. The slider that I use is kind of big, and I was kind of just like over it in that sense. So I did just want to get something different. So I got a very much a smaller slider that I'll be using now in a lot of videos. So I'm very happy about that, just because the less time it is to set up and the quicker I can get it done is always a plus. So hopefully this one will be great with that. Got a camera rig for a camera I do not own yet, but hopefully I will be buying it in the next 2 months. I have a lot of sponsored videos this month that I'm hoping to get me back at a comfortable place with a lot of the videos I'm doing. I got some fans for the Steam Deck because they were running a little hot as I was letting my son use it to play some games. What else did I get? I think that was about it. Yeah, I didn't get too much. Well, actually, scratch that. That was all I got for Prime Day. I did get my brand new laptop in, and I got the upgraded parts that I need for it. So, sorry. Oof. Okay. It looks like it didn't. I was pulling on the cable that this camera connects to my laptop with, so I was afraid it was going to get disconnected. So, the new one that I got is this one. It is a 14-inch, a little chunky boy, but 14-inch laptop with the AMD Ryzen 9 7000 series. So what that is, just the highest end AMD processor out there on the market. I recommend AMD for a laptop more so because the battery life is typically better than an Intel one currently. I do say that currently because when the new ones come out, all bets are off, and we'll have to see how that goes. And then I also have in here a really, really amazing GPU for this size. It is a 4070, which is basically, I would say middle of the latest generation, but it's the top one I would say most people will buy. There is two more above it, but those are very expensive. You're talking about the $2,500 price range in the after this. So this would have been $2,000. I ended up getting it for $1,400. It was on sale from Best Buy. Then I got the open box version. So I got this one, really good for that. And then I'm going to be upgrading it by adding more RAM to it, which I got at Newegg, and a 4 terabyte SSD, which I also got at Newegg. This was insanely inexpensive at like 160, I think it was. Or yeah, $160 for 4 terabytes. That's insane. So yeah, I'll have 4 terabyte, 48 gigs total in terms of RAM laptop. So basically a beast, definitely. And this new one, it's under 4 pounds. Under 4 pounds, and it can edit 4K video. Under 4 pounds and can edit 4K video, no problem. So yeah, this is the one that I'm going to be selling my current laptop. I'll probably sell it for around 900 or so. But yeah, that one I have to sell sooner or later. I was worried about laptops just because I had one really horrible experience shipping a laptop. It was in great condition when I shipped it, but when it arrived, the guy showed me photos and it was like destroyed. I do think I forgot if this was international or not, or if it was at least to like I want to say was it like Puerto Rico or something like that. I forgot, but it was just like, oh man, like I hope I can sell it more locally, but we'll see. But yeah, my current one, it was great for everything that I needed until I started editing 4K. If I would still be editing 1080p, this laptop would be fine, but I just wanted something more, and the fact that it's going to be under 4 pounds to take when I go travel is so just it's priceless. So yeah. All right. Let's see. It's for my wife. Hopefully it does. Her last phone was a Note 9. So she went from a Note 9 to a Note 20 Ultra. I mean, that's awesome. I got used. It lasted 3 years. Just ran out of room. So I popped in a 128 gig card, though should have gotten 256 on Prime. Yeah, dude, the 256s were like going, I think, for like $20, $25. They were really inexpensive for that day. Yeah. Let's see. Is there a winner for the soundbar? Yeah, I announced the winner earlier. It's what was it? Greg's I forgot his first initial. Greg D out of Arizona. So yeah, I'm gonna send the information over to Enclave. If they don't hear from Greg, I will do another random pick, but hopefully works out just fine. All right. Hey Ricky, what are the new information about the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic? Do you think the trade-in will be for the Galaxy Watch 5 Ultra? Ours isn't called the Ultra. Ours is called the Pro, if I'm not mistaken. Galaxy 5 Watch Pro. They're going to go back to Classic though for the Galaxy Watch 6. What do I think? I think this will probably give you, I would say 200. I would say this will give you 200 back. I'm not sure of that, but if I had to guess, I would probably say around 200 back. We showed the image earlier of what it's going to look like because it was leaked at the Premier League. This gentleman was wearing it. I forgot what his name was. Tottenham? Tottenham? I'm not sure. But yeah. Oh, that's Tottenham player. Son Hee Jung? Son Hee Ming? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Obviously, I'm sorry if I'm not. But yeah, it looks amazing. Very happy with it. Yes, it looks great. I'm so down. It does look like a bigger screen for sure, and yeah, very very good with it for sure. All right. Let's see. Hey Ricky. Oh, sorry about that one. Any shorts planned for the next upcoming extras for the upcoming video? I have a list of shorts. I want to say about 15 shorts I have in mind for a new series. I just have not had the time. I'm also going to do some shorts on some other products, such as these. These are some really cool Sony headset that I got recently. They're called the Enzos. And yeah, I'm going to take a look at these. I'm very curious how these ones are going to compare to the regular Sony ones, which I really like a lot. But yeah, going to be testing these ones out to see how it kind of is. And then we also have some other ones. Yeah, I don't know what. Oh, another Sony product, actually, the speaker. A little great shower speaker. So I didn't feel like I was going to do a full video on that one, so I was just going to do a short probably for it. But yeah, those are the two off the top of my head, products-wise, besides everything else. All right. Let's see. Thinking about switching from Apple to Samsung. From Apple to Samsung. Talk me out of it. I mean, I don't know what I would say. It depends on what is important to you, and then I could probably talk you out of it, in terms of it. So yeah. I have a old colleague of mine, Ben, who was a huge Apple fan. I just saw his comment just posted right now. Don't let him talk you out of it. You will not be disappointed. Right. I He was upset because I got so many people to switch from Apple to Samsung and Android devices when we used to work together, and they were always happier. Yeah. Let's see. Um, my son is about to start computer programming in college. What laptop do you recommend? Okay. First off, I'm gonna go ahead and check my website. Just because I don't know if any of the laptops are still on sale. Because we had some really ones that were a great price during that time. So let me see. Like, this one was probably the best one for sure. So yeah, this one looks like, oh my god, sorry, I have all these things popping up on me. This one it was $539. It's still on sale. So here's the thing. You said your son is doing what was it? Computer programming. That is usually not GPU intensive, depending on the program they're using. Because if they need to render anything such as 3D like aesthetics, then they will need a GPU. But if not, this is easily still the best one I would get for an extremely low price for that. So I will send you this link for that one. And that is the MSI one right now. So that would be really good for that. I think the cheapest one with the GPU, let's see, we have this one. $799 versus, ooh, I'd probably go with the Asus, I guess, in this case. So this is the older version of the laptop I just bought. Okay. It is $799. So this one is still on sale. If you can get it in your area. So this sale ends within an hour. So note that. This one is for $799, and this one is about to go off of sale. So just know that. And this one is the lowest one with the GPU. Everything's still great. It just has a GPU, which he might need, again, if he's doing more 3D editing. This is literally the same exact GPU that my current laptop that I've done all of my videos with on board is. So really great one. However, if that one does go out of sale or you can't find one near you, oh, this one is $100 more now. Oh, no, sorry. It's the same sale price, actually, but it is $100 more. So this one is an Intel CPU, which is still going to be very good. And this one offers a 1 terabyte SSD as opposed to the 512. So it does offer more storage. And yeah, this one would be great for everything that they would need. That he would need for that as well. So yeah, let me go ahead and send you this link. So those are the three off the top that I would recommend for your son's purchase. If I were to go on the safer side, I would select the middle one if it's available in your area. That would be this Asus one right here. Really good for that. For a regular student, this MSI is, or sorry, not this MSI. This MSI is the best one. Like, I recommended this one to so many people over last week that it's the best price. It's like so good for the price. What you get in this computer would typically cost you $700 to $900. At this price, it's really good. So yeah, I would recommend this one for any regular user for work or school, this would be the one. However, because he's in computer programming, if he has any kind of 3D rendering he needs to do, then I would recommend this one. If this one is not available in your area, as it is an older model, so it's sold out, then I might go towards this one, which is $100 more, but does offer you double the storage for that price. Hopefully that helps. All right. Remember, guys, if you guys ever have any questions about stuff you're looking for, let me know and I can try to find it out for you. All right. Let's see. Let's see. About my son. Oh, I meant OnePlus should gift it to you for your birthday. Oh, that would be great if they do that. Yeah. I had a $5 coupon from Best Buy and went to order a CD. They don't have them anymore. Yeah, no, they do not. They don't. They haven't had. I mean, they stopped carrying them in stores. Actually, Ben, if you are still on, do you know when they stopped carrying the physical CDs in stores? I want to say that was 8 years ago when they stopped carrying them in stores. Like, they had regulated it to one row for the longest time with DVDs and that kind of stuff. But yeah, they don't sell CDs for a long time. And I know you can get them online for a while longer. But yeah, CDs and DVDs are a dying breed for sure inside of electronic stores. What a Ricky. You should really consider using the Twitter platform for your streams and videos. Content creators are getting paid more there. It's blowing up, growing fast. Get in early. I wouldn't say it's blowing up and growing, as Twitter just announced today. They are, again, still losing money, and ad revenue has been down over 50% since Elon took over. So I wouldn't say they're doing that. Threads is a big threat right now. It's all going to depend on a fine timeline. If Threads can actually, one, monetize, and two, upgrade to get all of the same features as Twitter before Twitter really does something big to get people back, I really have to go with Threads, because like the only reason I'm still on Twitter is because of DMing. That is the only reason I'm on Twitter anymore. I have not used Twitter for any of my feed content at all anymore. Like I only go for if I need to post something, I'll still post on there and Threads. And one thing I really do hope is that Instagram does make it easier to post on there and Threads at the same time, or vice versa. Like if I post on Threads, it will post on Instagram. I think that would be ingenious if they do that. A lot easier, mind you. But yeah, very curious to see how it will go. Overall, to me, I don't know about I mean, content on another platform is hard to go by, especially because I work for a company that does so much live streaming on Twitter, and it's not, out of all the platforms, it's probably the worst one to live stream on. I know they've been trying to change that, but it's just it's the worst results if you do it on a consistent basis compared to just everything I've seen. Yeah. All right. Let's see. You won't be upset. Samsung 256, $18 right now. Evo micro SD card plus adapter. Yeah. No. Where is it? Oh yeah. I got this one, I think, for like 25. So yeah. And I don't know if I'm gonna keep it actually, because I got a 512. I realized as well. So then I'm like, should I really just keep this around just in case I ever need one, or should I just return it? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Just did a diagnostic on my S22 Ultra. I have dead pixels. Funny thing is, the S Pen doesn't work in that specific area, but the finger, but the finger does. What's your suggestion, RCKY? Upgrade to the S23 Ultra or um, Z Fold? Um, One thing I would, I guess the S22 Ultra uh, probably wouldn't be. I think the S22 Ultra wouldn't be under warranty anymore unless you got it a year later after it came out. But I would probably go S23 Ultra. I do not think this is the year to buy the Z Fold. I just don't. I mean, maybe if the Z Fold 4 goes for like 1,000, then maybe. But other than that, no, I wouldn't recommend it. Years ago, yeah, around 8 years ago, probably when they stopped carrying CDs. By the way, I just received a notice from T-Mobile letting me know that I will be losing auto pay discount if I don't do it through my bank card and checking account. I currently pay mine with a credit card. Oh man, it sucks. There are debit cards where you can get points and earn rewards. One of them is like the PayPal one is one of them, and then what were some other debit cards? I remember I was looking them up for someone else, but I did find like some debit cards you can actually get points off of. But yeah, look into it. There are some that you can actually get points still paying off of a debit card. So if that still works, so you get something out of it. Yeah, I'll be pissed if I take away my auto pay. I got 6 phones with auto pay and love to charge my credit card for the points. Yeah, I just got so used to doing that on my bank account like so long ago, so I didn't even think of it. But yeah, it makes sense, definitely. I must say you're wrong. Threads is already losing people. They are going back to Twitter. Hype is the beginning. It was just hype. I don't think you're right on that, actually. The reason why is because people are going back to Twitter because Threads doesn't have all the features yet. So as of right now, you know, Threads doesn't have a lot of the features Twitter has. Twitter overall is a better app in that sense, but Threads doesn't have ads. So that coming from a person that like just wants to look at my feed is way better. But yeah. So yeah, I would say I don't believe you're right. I'm interested to be proven wrong, but like I said, I work for a company that has done live stream on every platform, every single social media, and Twitter's been one of the worst ones. In that retrospect, like people don't like to see live streaming. People don't like to see that many videos on Twitter statistically. And you can see because I used to be a social media manager. So in terms of like how many views it is, how many things it is compared to like a regular photo post or a regular word post, it's night and day difference. Now, obviously, they've been changing a lot of algorithm stuff since I've done social media on that specific kind of content, but at least when they made the change, I want to say 8 months ago to doing live stream, it seemed like the other platforms were better for it. Um, those ads get you paid. Yes, they do. Absolutely. If they actually, yeah. I don't know. It's changing. It was the worst. It's changing. Mark my words. We'll see, Ben. I mean, you're also an Apple fan, so just, no, I'm just playing. Like you said, debating for years. All love, though, always. Yeah, man. It's. By the way, people always think that like I can't be friends with with Apple. Like more, I would say half of my friends have iPhones, and people are always like, "Wait, you mean you're cool with it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care that much." Like it's like it's part of my personality online. It's part of that stuff. Now, if you want to like ever say like, "Oh, Apple's better," you don't know what you're talking about. I'll school you any day of the week. But it's always fun and love, and just it's some of the best arguments. Like with Ben and with another guy who used to work at T-Mobile. Back when I used to train a lot of associates on T-Mobile phones, um, true hardcore Apple fanboys and all that kind of stuff. And it's some of the best fun times going back and forth anytime the new phones come out and everything like that. And it was just like, it was always fun. Always fun. But yeah. Twitter definitely not the greatest platform for that. Yeah, at least again from what I've seen in the past. Yeah. Apple's better at what? Because they claim to have, we have the best. Have you seen the M1 and the M2 and how great they are at all this kind of stuff? And then Linus Tech Tips exposes them. So make sure you check everything, because you don't always know. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I don't care that your iPhone for years behind my Android. Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, what I always said, especially when what the biggest funniest thing to me was always when iPhone people would clown Samsung specifically. Oh, dude, you got a Samsung? Oh man, you have a Samsung? I'm like, this is why I know you don't know tech. Samsung makes your phone. Screen, battery, processor, RAM. And yes, I said battery. So when all those iPhone people were talking crap about the Note 7 battery, guess what? Your battery was made by Samsung at that time. So yeah, it was all this kind of stuff. I mean, they've slowly tried to get away from it, but every time when another company can't fulfill their orders, they have to go back to Samsung. And that's why Samsung Displays has made so much money off of Apple, just because they are the premier display manufacturer. They are one of the best production companies for CPUs in the market. Ooh, sorry, lost. All right, hopefully that didn't stop me. I dropped something on my keyboard and I was like, oh, hopefully it didn't cut out. But yeah, it's always those kind of things where it's always like, man, it's always just fun to talk about and all that kind of stuff, and educate people. Went to see The Sound of Freedom. Great movie. Every parent needs to watch it. It's very moving. It's based in facts. It was filmed 5 years ago, and studios kept pulling it back. Sound of Freedom. I have not heard of that. Ben, I'm pretty sure I told you that, by the way. He said we knew. I'm pretty sure you did not know before me. I'm pretty sure I told you that when we first started working together. Interesting. I don't think I've heard anything about this movie. Yeah. I'm guessing it's very indie. I'm assuming. But yeah, I did not hear about it for sure. Sound of Freedom. Huh. Never heard about it. All right. Sure, Ben. Sure. Oh man. All right. I think we're gonna call that. I did go over the 45 minutes as it was. But yeah, guys, would love to stay longer, but I got to record a lot of videos tonight. I'm gonna be recording probably at least 3 or 4 videos, and then editing them, getting them all done. So yeah, really thank you guys always for watching, and hopefully I will get to at least, my hope is 3 videos this week. Let's see how I do next week. All right. Thank you guys always so much for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.